Big news about Reddit and Dubsmash, Tesla's production getting close, Jouri will talk about Rackspace, and we open a brokerage account. Welcome to episode 7 of the TENDIES Show.
Every episode we're making more crazier sounds, I have the feeling, but...
Let's go. That's the whole thing about us. That's insane. Okay, so guys, if you like our content, well, yeah, I already said it. Leave a like, subscribe as well to stay updated with all videos that we have, and ring the bells because it's almost Christmas.
Ring the jingle bells.
Ring the bells.
Jingle bells.
Ringle them all the way.
Hey,
Oh, what fun the rhythm of the reindeers on the sleigh.
Hey!
So guys, what's up with the clothing?
What clothing?
What do you mean?
I thought we had an agreement. And now I'm the only one.
Yeah, sorry.
Sitting here in my Christmas sweater.
I don't fully count that as a Christmas sweater, but
Not?
it's
Why
it's
not?
nice. But maybe next year you can buy something that's actually for men.
Oh, this would be for women? Okay.
On my left, boob, I have here.
Well, I hope I can see you in a Christmas sweater or two next time.
Okay,
we'll
next
see.
episode I'll be here.
Okay.
Hey, but I'm wearing it with pride.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's true.
yeah.
That's true. I see you. Yeah, that's amazing, man. Okay, so the like, the subscribe, the notifications, and we start off with some big news. I already said it. It's news about Reddit and Dubsmash. If you guys haven't heard of Dubsmash before, Dubsmash is a competitor of TikTok, and they are like, it's a little bit different, but they are doing quite the same thing as TikTok, but they are not that well known. In 2015, I guess, people were using it quite a lot, but now TikTok is taking over. And Reddit is going to acquire Dubsmash. There's no price already known, but it will be probably a combination of cash and stocks. So that's the first news that I want to share with you guys. What do you think?
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, that's fine, man. That's fine. What do you think?
Well, I have to be totally honest, like Reddit is quite new for me.
Yeah.
But I'm getting used to it right now, and I see the potential too. I think Reddit is a combination of entertainment, but they also have channels with really good information. I think that's a really strong point of Reddit.
Yeah.
So tell me about, what was the name of the other company?
Dubsmash.
Dubsmash. Can you tell me anything about Dubsmash?
Well, yeah,
I'm wondering why Dubsmash?
Dubsmash, they are, what you can do with Dubsmash, you just film yourself, and I used it in 2015, I guess. It was a pretty big thing. And you could just film yourself, you could put I don't know, a song or anything under it, and then you would lip sync, and the audio would play, and then afterwards you would just see yourself lip syncing.
But that was in 2015.
Yeah.
Okay, and
True.
then after that day, your mama picked you up from school.
Yeah, true. Yeah. My mom picked me up from school, and she said, "Lucas, don't do that anymore. That's so dangerous. There are some creeps out there."
But I didn't know them, and it's not that new company.
To me, I don't fully see why they're doing this.
I see. Yeah,
I'm a big Reddit fan. They do have a Reddit Live, right? Which is the Apple network. I like that. They have quite big numbers on that live channel. But that's used like for not short videos, but actually for long videos. Because I remember, I think last week I was just watching a guy walking somewhere in Australia, and he had this pretty Australian voice, like, "Oh, I'm walking around here like blah, blah, blah."
Typical Australian.
You can do this.
Oh, you fuck no, you
Howdy, Nate. That's very nice. But
That was like Texas or something.
no, that's not Texas.
Howdy,
Anyway,
man.
but I don't know. I sort of liked it to watch somebody walk in Australia, and then
on the other side of the world.
Yeah, it was just showing like, hey, these are the bars, and everything was open. By the way, I learned that.
Oh, cool.
I like to watch it every now and then.
Yeah.
If that's their goal, to have more of that like live video sharing, watch with me while I'm doing basically nothing, because sometimes people are just making music or just jamming around the world.
IRL channels are called, right?
Yeah. So I think if that's the benefit, then they already have that. So I don't see.
I don't agree. And why? Because that's content, because if I hear your story, but correct me if I'm wrong, it's content that's longer in length, right?
Yeah.
Not just snippets.
Yeah.
So what I think that they are wanting to do is take over, like, because you have the Instagram stories, but they're small snippets, okay? So you have TikTok.
No, but you can go
snippets.
live on Insta.
You can go live on Insta.
But that's something, going live is something else than just filming something.
No,
Maybe
this is live on Reddit. True. You're going live as well.
Yeah, true.
I understand.
But Dubsmash, to see like what's the link with Dubsmash. In Dubsmash, it's just you make a video and maybe the first time it didn't went well, so you do it again and again and again. After a while, you think, oh, that's amazing, and then you post it.
But are smart, really short videos, or are they longer?
Yeah, well, when I used it, and that's back in 2015, but when I used it, it were pretty short videos, just like 3 or 4 lines of a video, of a song, and then...
Yeah. Okay, what we're gonna do, you are going to research Dubsmash, I know everything about Reddit, and in the next video, we're gonna discuss how these two are gonna fit together, if they fit together,
That's a good one, yeah.
That's what I'm
like.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, so that about Reddit and Dubsmash. The next one, I already said it, Tesla is shutting down. Luckily for us.
Easy there, dude. Easy there, dude.
For us,
They're closing one factory belt, only used for the Model S and the Model X. They're not shutting down.
That's what I was about to say, but I just wanted the people to be like, high emotion, right? Like, what? Tesla's shutting down? And then, no, guys, chill down. It's only, but that's what he said already. But why is he doing that? Well, Elon Musk, he emailed the team, and I got the email right here. You will see right now on screen. And he said, "Hi team, the SX lines will be shut down for the holidays starting December 24th and returning January 11th. We would like you to take the opportunity to refresh or spend time with your family. So Tesla will be giving you a full week pay for the week of January 4th. There will also be limited paid opportunities for you to support other shops or volunteer for deliveries during some of this time." It was a little bit longer, but this is like the most important information. Further, he stated like different dates and what date will be paid and what day will be unpaid.
Gotcha.
So that's basically what he said. So I think it's pretty nice from Elon that he said, go have some time.
He's not just closing a factory. So, okay, guys, you can take it.
No,
That's
of course
not. Gonna happen.
There's a big idea behind it, but
Well, I am wondering why only one lane, like if a production.
Well, it's
lane.
quite simple. The S and the X are the oldest model of Tesla. They haven't had a proper refresh, and I think, or maybe I hope, that is what is going on. Tesla is a company that is, and Elon has said this 1,000 times already. You can, in the end, you can win the war in the car industry by having the most productive factory and the most efficient factory, the fastest factory. I think they're going to do either efficiency improvements, like big efficiency improvements, or maybe a refresh. Well, or is always a risk, right? If you do two things at once, and then Tesla hasn't been the most rewarded company for its panel gaps and stuff like that. So maybe they should do one thing at a time. But I hope they're going for a refresh of the Model S, so that it will have an updated styling. Because I think the look is currently 7 or 8 years old already, which is pretty awesome that everybody still thinks, hey, that's a pretty cool car. But 7 or 8 years old, it can use a refresh in my opinion. Or at least take some of the Model Y interior and then make it a little bit more as in one lane or whatever. I think they're going for efficiency. I hope they're going for a refresh, the long-awaited refresh, because there are a whole lot of people waiting for it. And if you're shutting down a factory belt for 18 days, this is your moment of opportunity.
But he doesn't want to share it, right? Because he's saying, you can go to your family or do other stuff.
Of course.
He's never sharing that.
No.
Okay, so that's pretty cool. So we're again big news from Tesla. So Tesla, they are spreading out some news, but of course, if Tesla is doing something that's a little bit odd or off, people are already Tesla's doing something.
Speculating.
I'm wondering, and we'll leave that in the comments. But I'm wondering if we go to Tesla.com right now and we order the car, what the delivery date will be for a newly completed complete car. If they will say like, it's going to be after February or March or whatever.
Yeah.
If they will state that, then you know enough. Then they'll come up with a refresh, I guess. And they take some time to improve on that.
Yeah.
I also think it wouldn't be a guarantee, but it's another sign to speculate on. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah. So now we're going to a big thing because you are talking about Rackspace. Rackspace.
Yes.
Can you maybe introduce what is Rackspace?
Yes, of course. Yes, I'm really thrilled about this. I did some research this week, and Rackspace I think is high. It has a high potential, and I'm at the point that I'm going to invest big in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to invest big, but not yet. But I'll talk you through Rackspace and what my position is right now and why I think it's totally cool for the next decade, and it's a big opportunity.
But what is Rackspace actually?
Yeah, let's start off with that.
Okay, great.
So Rackspace isn't, as a company, not that young. Their newest activities are not so old to be said, but they were founded in 1989.
All right.
You were from?
1998.
Oh wow,
89?
89? Yeah, 89.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
No, bro, I'm not
98.
21.
98. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry,
I was
98.
like, what would
Sorry,
you think I'm from 89?
Oh, no.
You're from 89, right?
88.
88.
So now I'm going to
I look from 89, thank you.
Yeah, no problem, man.
In the last episode, for who didn't see it, I got a sweater on it with, hey, look, mom, I'm on YouTube. And now I know I'm probably going to get another sweater or what else to get prank on me. But
Hey, look, Lucas is from 89.
yeah. So, no, 98.
Yeah.
And they were founded back then.
Story.
Yeah, and true story. And they were in the hosting industry, hosting websites, that kind of stuff. So, and then they went growing, and they wanted to go and compete with the big guys because they were going into cloud storage.
Oh.
And for those of you who know Amazon Web Services, but also Microsoft has also their cloud services, right? They're really big players. And Rackspace, as a new player in that spectrum, they wanted to compete to these guys. But it didn't work out.
Nope.
It didn't work out. Of
course not.
So I have the information here in front of me because it's a lot of information, but they went private. And they went private, they got bought by an equity firm called Apollo Global.
Yeah.
And it was in 2016. And then it was quiet.
Hold on. You're saying they went private?
Yeah.
Were they public?
They were public, yeah.
Okay,
I didn't say, okay. Yeah, good point. They were public, but that was already in 2008, and that was the time that they were going to compete to Amazon and Microsoft, and that just didn't work out,
Nope.
The
Hard times, 2008.
The competitors were too big, so
Too many smart people working at Google, Amazon, stuff like that.
So end of story, they just couldn't compete, but they were taken private. And then they went to a new business model. So now what they're going to do, what they are doing, is being the partner who's going to facilitate multiple cloud solutions for companies. And maybe this sounds a little bit complex, I understand, but you have to understand that if you have a cloud storage solution, you also have risks. Because today, and it's funny because it was today. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I was calling you. I was calling you. What the fuck is happening?
We were actually in a session today, in an active call, and then all of a sudden we got kicked out of the call.
Not only that, but also my Google Drive.
Google Drive, YouTube,
my
everything.
Cloud service just went down, and I have to say it's very rare that this happens, but it's a big problem. So what Rackspace is doing, they are providing a service to help you combine different cloud storages and be more efficient with it, but also be really secure with it. And a funny story, because now they're working together with Amazon. Yeah. So Amazon is a client of them.
Yeah.
So I think
Sorry to interrupt, but what I see from my personal experience is that, and I'm a web developer, right? So I work with AWS and I work with Google Cloud and stuff like that. And I develop my web applications. I wrap them up into little small containers and I deploy them. But in order to deploy those containers, I need some sort of orchestrator. And it orchestrated what I'm using is called Kubernetes. That's by far the biggest in the world. And then for Kubernetes, we have Google available, we have AWS, and also Alibaba Cloud available. I've never used Alibaba Cloud, by the way, which also is a big one in this space, and will be even bigger. But most of the time, I work with AWS, so I deploy my stuff onto AWS clouds, and The biggest thing and the biggest problem with this is that I think that we're in this huge transition towards cloud. I think everybody is going to host their applications on the cloud, just like you and your storage and stuff like that. The problem is they don't come with service. And that's the biggest thing that I have. And I think that's exactly the gap what Rackspace is filling. Like, it's called managed cloud, right? What they're doing.
Yeah, they're facilitating service.
Yeah, so they're managing your cloud environment, whether you have it on AWS, whether you have it on Google, they just don't care. And I think you're pointing out a really good thing here, that the demand for those services will be so big, like everybody, all the big companies are going to the cloud, if they haven't done so. But now you have this big partner saying like, hey, we can help you with that transition. We have the experience, we have the consultants, we have the people that know everything about it.
I think it's nice for you to hear your perspective on this, because your background is, of course, in this sector, right? So it's a really cool story. Yeah. So, question: do you have any idea what the market cap of Rackspace is right now?
I have no idea, man.
Do a guess. Just guess.
A guess. A Rackspace.
It went public earlier this year in August.
Yeah. Okay, let's say I would say like 15 billion.
Okay.
Less.
Less?
Yeah.
What do you think?
For sure.
This estimate.
For sure. I think although they are in tech and although they are in cloud, which is huge, and the forecast for the whole cloud sector is enormous growth, like let's say in the next 10 years. Yeah. But they're not this brilliant, shiny company in that sector, so they're a little bit of the ugly guy in this sector. So they don't have all the attention that the big boys got, I think. So I would say they're valued at. They have a whole lot of debt. That's the one thing I know. $7 billion.
No, you're both wrong, but you're most close. Now it's only $4.17 billion, and this is small. This is really small.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, guys, if a small cap stock like this is only 5% of the market. 5% of the market consists of low cap stocks like this. So it's really. They would say in Dutch, in the children's shoes. In Dutch, it means it has high growth potential. It gets to grow.
Why do they have this low valuation, you think?
Well, what I think, they still have to prove themselves, but that alone is not an argument, because Disney Plus, when they were IPO, and also Airbnb, we discussed in the previous episode, right?
Who are their biggest customers? Do you know?
Yeah, Amazon is now the biggest one.
Their customer.
Amazon is a customer of Rackspace.
Oh wow!
Right now, Amazon is a customer of Rackspace.
That's quite big, actually.
That's a really big customer.
That's serious.
But that's why, guys. Okay, sorry to not directly answer your question, but Amazon is a big guy. So why is the market cap this low? I don't know the answer. What I do know, this might be an investing opportunity, because I told you guys, maybe I'm going to go big on this one. Check this out. All right, no, check this out, because this is where I get really enthusiastic. So let's go through the chart for a minute, and you'll see it on the screen there for yourself in the episode. So we're going to a huge resistance level that Rackspace had in the stock price I'm talking about now, right? Because in September, when they went public, the price was rising, but then at $20, $21, the price stopped, and now it dropped. Now it's back at that point. And in technical analysis, they call that a huge resistance level. Yep. And it's there at the moment as we speak. It's at that resistance level. So I'm curious, if it breaks that resistance level, you're calling of a blue sky breakout. And with a blue sky breakout, there's no resistance level, direct resistance level on top. So
nobody knows the next.
Exactly. Nobody. Sometimes you see, here's resistance. But because it's such a young company, but combine that with the fact that it's so young and there's so huge potential, because guys, we have to think long term here.
Do you think
right?
I'm so young with huge potential as well? I'm as old as they are. I'm also founded in 1998.
Because I think
No, but Rackspace isn't ugly. You are, so that's not gonna work.
Oh, okay, that's it for today, guys.
so. Guys, I'm not done yet because more good news. If you look at the earnings per share, and compare that with the last quarter, it's increased with 36%. So that's quite nice too, right?
I like that number.
That's
a good number.
There's some good news here. So as an investor, we also have to think long term.
Do they have revenue growth? Like, do we know their revenue growth?
Well, that's another one. Let me take this one. Wait.
Let me grab him by that.
Let me grab him by that. Yeah. So that's an actually, and the answer is yes. They have.
Okay.
They have.
How much?
But there's also a but here. Okay. Because they have, but it was before they were public again, right? So there's the revenue numbers I have was when they were private. Okay.
That's irrelevant then.
But still, even if it's irrelevant, it's still going up. So that thing is, we have to think long term here too as investors, right? Because this is short term. Right? They're almost getting an all-time high. It's really nice, but we have to think long term.
Yeah.
So talking about long term, the PE ratio is quite high now.
Okay.
Because it's
What is it?
109.
That's
Jesus.
quite high, man.
That's a lot.
And I think it's quite high.
Yeah.
Because
Are they coming from not being profitable or having negative earnings per share?
from when? This earlier ago?
No, but like last quarters or whatever.
That's a good question, and I have to be really honest in this. I have to check that out.
Okay.
I have to check that out.
Okay,
Because,
we'll just put it.
yeah.
Let's leave that one in the comments. Because if it just is at the moment of break even and starting to make profit, then 100 PE ratio, that's okay.
Yeah,
like if they have, let's say 10 cents of profit per share, that's okay. If they next quarter can double that, then you're just halving your PE ratio, right? That makes a huge difference. So I would prefer or I would like to check that number out.
Really good one. Let's put it in the comments. We'll check it out for later.
Cool.
So, do you have any idea what the average PE ratio was for S&P 500 companies?
I guess around 15 or something.
No.
You were looking at my screen.
What? No. What is it?
Oh, no, I already told you.
Oh,
sorry.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh, what is
But
it?
you thought something else. What did you think?
40.
No.
40?
Yeah.
What is it?
No, so the PE ratio for S&P 500 stocks and companies has historically ranged from 13 to 15.
But that's not a weighted average. I'm quite sure that is not the weighted average.
We're going to check that out too.
Check it out, because that cannot be the weighted average, because Amazon has huge weighting. Apple has huge weighting.
Okay.
Facebook has huge weighting in the S&P 500. Those companies like Google, Netflix, they combined make up 25% or something of the S&P 500, and they all have way higher.
But there's one note historically, exactly.
historically.
So that's
check it
quite
out.
some time, right?
But let's check it out.
Okay, so can we conclude that Rackspace? Yeah, you were going to look into this a little bit more and let us know what you were going to do with it, or?
Yeah, well, I'm buying Rackspace already for quite some time.
Yeah.
But now I'm more of a trader here too, right? So if I see those resistance levels and it's gonna break that, then I'm going to load in.
Yeah.
You know? So
Lock and load, boys.
Yes, lock and load.
Like, hello, boys. I do have shares of Rackspace though. I saw them coming by today. I think 8%. I'm up 8% right now.
All right.
So that's quite good. But they're, like you said, back at their all-time high. So back at their previous resistance level.
Yeah.
I like that I'm back up. I do love this company. I like them for the long term. I think the big market hasn't discovered this one. Mm-hmm. That's one really important thing, I guess. So
all right.
And the future of cloud space.
There's no doubt about that.
Well,
that will continue.
Talking about buying stocks and your own brokerage account, we got some news for you. Yeah, we with the Tendies Show are opening our own brokerage account next episode, right?
Yeah.
And next episode, we will open it. And what are we going to do with this? We will discuss with the three of us, okay, what is a good company to maybe, buy shares of, or when should you sell, when would you buy, and all things like that. And then we will just give you our information. Okay, this is what we have done with the stock market. These shares were bought, these shares were sold, and why did we do it? So that's what we're going to do in the next episode. So absolutely stay tuned, because this is going to be amazing, right, guys?
So maybe it's also nice to give a little perspective why we're doing that. Because I think it's nice to have things that you can discuss on later. So if we buy a stock now and we discuss it in our show, then in a few months we can look back and say, hey, it doesn't even matter if it made profit or not.
Yeah.
But did it turn out the way we thought it were going
Just
to do?
to learn about it and
learn about it.
Yeah, I like it.
Develop ourselves as investors, right?
And it should not be. I think that's an important thing. It's not to show off like, hey, look at us, we got $100,000 into our portfolio or whatever.
Like
it's just we'll deposit, I guess, a couple of $1,000s or euros, and then it's all about the percentages.
Exactly.
It's not about the numbers. It's about the percentages.
Exactly.
And during the show, we will discuss what we buy, what we sell, why we do that, and we'll vote on it with the three of us. And since we're with the three of us, we'll always have a winner.
Just the three. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna bribe you guys. I'm gonna pay you and then say like, okay, buy the share that I would like to add to our portfolio. So I think that's gonna be really fun. I'm really looking forward to that. So next show we have the portfolio.
Nice.
Yeah, cool.
That's great. That's great. Okay, so just to summarize this amazing episode, because I thought it was an amazing episode.
How are we gonna call this portfolio?
Oh, this is going to be the Portfolio Show.
Hey!
No, the tennis portfolio show or the tennis showfolio?
I was going to ring on
It's going to be the Portfolio Show.
The portfolio show.
The Portfolio Show.
I like that one, man.
The tennis portfolio show.
The tennis portfolio show.
The tennis portfolio show.
The tennis portfolio show.
Yeah.
And that's what it will be.
That is what it will be. So just to summarize this all, guys, okay, Reddit is going to acquire Dubsmash. We will look into it. You will look into Reddit.
I know
Reddit. Okay. I will look into Dubsmash, and then next episode we will say, okay, what are the comparisons? How can they do something together?
Yeah.
Tesla shutting down for a bit, not too much. Don't be scary or anything. It will just all be fine.
No biggie for Tesla, but just curious what will happen.
Exactly. Well, Jouri, about Rackspace, you are going to buy into it big time. You said earlier, maybe.
You know, let's do this. Let's all do a research. Jouri did his research, of course. Now it's up to us. We'll do a little bit more research as well. I already kind of did mine since I already invested in Rackspace.
Yeah.
So it's up to you probably to have a look into that, and then let's make that the first investment or not. But let's make that the first vote for the tennis portfolio show.
That's fine. Let's do it.
The tennis portfolio show. Yeah.
The tennis portfolio show. The tennis portfolio show. Okay, so that's what we are going to do.
Still have to get a little bit used to it.
Yeah, the tennis portfolio show.
The tennis portfolio show, and then to finalize it, of course, the tennis portfolio show. That's what we talked about already. So guys, leave a like if you like this video. It would mean a lot to us. Already ring the subscribe button. No, wait, what? Hit the subscribe button. Ring the bells because it's ting-a-ling-a-ling.
Wait.
Subscribe. Ding, 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 ding,
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Okay,
Can I make a plug here?
Yeah, do it.
Because I really genuinely think it's really awesome that on the 12th of January we have a new webinar on your investment scope.
True.
I don't want to bring it as a plug, but I really think it's so awesome, and it is a shameless plug. But I think
tell them.
Okay, so 12th of January we have a new webinar on your investment school, and we're going to discuss how to start with investing, and we'll share our insights, and it's going to be really cool. So check that out on our website. You can apply for that.
Yeah, we already did this on December 8th, and it was amazing. How many guys came? Around 50 or something, was it right?
Yeah, around 50 people.
Yeah, around 50 people
who showed up.
in. Yeah, and they had a lot of questions. We answered all the questions, and if they already had questions, we couldn't answer it in the show or in the webinar. We would just send them a text afterwards and saying, hey, this is the answer to your question. So just feel free to join us on January 12th.
Yes.
Cool. Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you
very much. And we see you guys in our next episode. Let's